Alright guys, so welcome back to the channel and welcome back for another video. So today guys, I'm down in my second garage that's attached to my home. Here you see in the background we got old Bullseye. Today we're going to be working on another motorcycle. I got a 1999 Harley Davidson Road King that's been basically sitting in the garage for a while. As you guys know, a couple of weeks ago we was working on the Kawasaki Vulcan, the 1500 that I actually got in a barn find, which was an awesome little project to work on. We got that up and running guys. So now I'm going to go ahead and attract my attention to my Road King that's been sitting for a while. I'm thinking that it's fuel injection, so or something is clogged within the ignition switch. So I've been looking at a few videos online and stuff, and I think I can try to repair this. I know I'm gonna have to get a new kit and everything, so I'm gonna turn you guys around and let you guys see what we're working on today. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back and get started on this video. Alright guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn over just so I can let you guys hear how bad it seemed like that fuel pump is starving for fuel. You can hear it. I'm gonna let you guys hear it. You see it sounds very like it's straining and stuff, so it starts up and everything, and she sounded good when she started up. So anyway, she starts up. The only issue we have is when I'm riding, not even like a half a mile, quarter of a mile, she'll just shut off in mid-flight once she warms up. So I think that's has something to do with the fuel delivery system. So we're going to go ahead and attack that and get right into it. And it takes like a little hex head. I'm gonna have to go run and get a hex head. I did bring some tubes down to this garage, but I didn't bring all of them. So underneath, we're gonna take this plate off. And it looked like something or someone have been trying to do some work here. Like I said, you can see it got like this red gasket seal there around it. They look like they pushed it down, so it makes me believe that someone knew that something was wrong with the pump. Like I said, I got this bike from a friend and stuff that couldn't keep it running, and he was having issues with it. So I just took advantage of it and got it, you know. And I'm going to see if I can get it running and, you know, make a daily driver out of it. And like we could tell before we took the plate off that someone was did some work and around the edge as far as the gasket. The gasket is ate up, it's nasty. And also we need to make sure that we get replacement nuts, okay? Because as you see, half of these, and the reason why I probably put so much gasket on there, these screws that we took off, they supposed to come with like a plastic washer on it. So some of them had them and some of them didn't, so we're gonna make sure we take care of that. So let's take this nasty gasket off, of course. This, I can see this tank has some issues, and I also see some bubbling inside. Like I said, I'm not sure how long this has been sitting, but I did drive it, and like I said, a few times, and every time I drove it, it just kept cutting off. So let's take a look at this gasket. Would you have anything like this on your tank? Wow. All right. Not good. So let's see if we can see down in this tank, and I'll show you what I see. Put some light down in there. You can see something bubbling. So it looked like someone tried to line this tank. So I already know more than likely I'm gonna have to take this tank. I'm gonna have to empty the gas, drain the gas in here, and I'm gonna have to do something with that tank there, because if I let that go, it's just gonna get down in my injectors. Eventually that paint is gonna peel up out there, whatever they put down in there. Everything else actually looks pretty good. It just seems like it's that part right as soon as we look in. But as you see here, you can see the float down in there, and there goes the pump. So now we're gonna have to take that pump off. It's gonna be hard to show you guys, but I'll show you whenever we get it out of there. So guys, also let you see here. So over here on this side, I'm gonna see if I can let you see here. Right there is the fuel filter. All right, which we can easily get to with that little boat right there. And on this side is the fuel pump that's right there. So it's gonna be tight, but I think I can get it out. All right, let's try to remove it. All right, guys, so I just wanted to show you how easy it was to get this pump out. And so I disconnected everything. Let's see here. I drained all the fluid out of it. And so this is what we got over here. This is my first time looking at it, just like you guys are. It sits down in there. This is the end return. You had the two connectors that you had to disconnect, which are right here. One, and then you got the other one. That's two. And then you also got the filter. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to replace both of those items, put it back in, and see what see if that works. We're just trying to do process of elimination. So I have some other things, if that doesn't work, what it may be. So all right, guys, so we are finally got our fuel pump and our fuel filter. I just want to let you guys see here. I'm pretty sure you guys know that with the fuel pump, you know, when you take it out, it has this little boot and everything on it. So I actually put in a little black piece, little rubber piece that goes on the bottom of this here, that I actually just put it back on it so that this time it'll be tight. And I also got a fuel filter. So if you guys need the numbers, it's All Balls Racing. That's the number. And this is the fuel filter. So let's go ahead and install these back on the bike. Alright guys, so the next step, since we already got the fuel pump in and it's looking good, everything is in a good and tight, and everything is new. So now we went and brought us a $12.50 gasket. You know, I don't know if someone, or I do know what they did. They put that red like gasket seal and it just ate it up. So we're gonna go ahead and replace and put a new gasket underneath there, and then we're gonna button it up. I've just been doing process of elimination, changed the fuel pump, changed the fuel filter, and now I'm going to, since I got everything completely stripped from the bike pretty much, I'm going to go ahead and get to the fuel injections.
So it looks like it's going to be a size 15 socket set. It's going to fit on here good. Let's see if we can get this. That's pretty much already loose. There we go.
All right, I actually put some light on the situation so you guys can see what I'm doing. So it's really tight up in here, and I don't know why they put that T50 so huge back here in the center, but this is where my fuel injections are, these two ports right here. I actually had to take this first hose off to go into the fuel injectors because I couldn't get a wrench around it. So I had to jerry rig a wrench with the T50 on it. As you see here, I'm putting it in here like that. Now I can move it by hand, because you have to take this out here because there's a plate that's holding down your injectors. There's let me see here, this plate that goes around here, and that plate will come up and release the injectors. And the way you release these injectors, in case you guys haven't done this before, there's a little clip right here on the back of that injector. Let's see if you can see it here. I don't know if I can get it right here. Yeah. So right here where my thumb is, you push that in. This little clip, push that in. And these injectors haven't been off in a while, so you have to push that in. I don't know if I can get it with one hand and wiggle it back and forth. There we go. Alright, crew, so one more thing I don't want to leave out that's really important. In order for you to get your these hoses that was on your fuel injection line, on top, let me show you here, right on top, right here, there's a clip that looks like this here. I don't know what you call this clip, but you need this special type of tool that I got here, and it takes off, is like a safety clip. So the washer, so your hose will not come back over the tip of this. And you need these things here to spread them apart. And that's the only way you're going to be able to get them off. Now I'll let you guys know a different way. So I forgot to show you guys that step. And now we can pull everything out. Now you're able, once you got those clips off, you're able to raise this right up out of there. Don't want to lose that. There's just a bracket to hold your injectors in, and now the injectors should wiggle right out. Alright, so I got one of these injectors out. They was in there too. I got them stuck. They were stuck down there good. So I got this injector out. Now I'm gonna see if I can get the other one out using my needle nose. There we go. Popped up. I hope you guys saw that. Popped up, bro, just like that. Alright guys, so we got our injectors here poured out. We let them soak for a couple of days. And then we're going to put these injectors back in. We'll take it out. One of them go here. Push that down in there good, and we'll push it down there a lot better. And the other one pop in right over here on this side. And then after that, we'll put our lines back on. We basically take it, we basically put it back on the same way that we took it off, guys. Okay, one thing I want to show you guys with these fuel injectors is whenever you put them on, one way that you know that they're on, you hear a click. I already put the right one on here. That's when you know they're on. You give it a little tug, and they're not coming back off. Alright guys, so everything is back together and stuff. So now we're going to go ahead and see if she'll start up. I got everything back like it's supposed to be. That already sounds better. I can tell that the fuel pump is working so much better than what it was when we first started. It was straining so bad. It's in neutral. I may have to just get some gas to cycle through. Now I actually see it leaking here. Right there. I'm glad I didn't crank it. So she's leaking, and that right there is what I hate about this, because I had a feeling that since this bike has not been running properly, this is the first, these fuel injection lines are the first lines to go, and these have probably been on the bike since this you know, since 99. And the more, it wasn't leaking of course when we started this, but since I took these off and been moving them around, and I'm pretty sure that that O-ring in there is pretty bad. And I actually had it already replaced before I put them back in at the top O-ring, so I know that's not leaking. So anyway, it looks like we may have to order some parts. So unfortunately, this video is going to have to wait a little longer. I guess I'm gonna have to order some parts, and once we get those parts back on, we will try this again. Sorry about that, guys. Alright guys, so we got our fuel injection lines back in finally. It only took a couple of days to get them in. That's the SKU number on them. So one piece, well actually there's two pieces in there. And they're actually braided lines. So as we know, we had a fuel leak, which those bikes were known to have fuel injection leaks and stuff, and I'm just glad it happened while I was here working on the bike and not on the road somewhere. So it'll take a few minutes to go ahead and change these out. So they're nice and pretty. So hopefully they work. So let's go ahead and switch these lines out here. Remove the horn assembly. And let's go ahead and get the old ones out and put the new ones in. And after they're in, we'll get back to the video. Alright crew, so we're actually back in the garage. Just finished up putting the fuel injection line on, as you guys see there. We're gonna go ahead and start her up. Pray that there's no leaks. All right, turn it on. Alright, no leaks. Alright crew, so we've been working hard on getting that done, getting a few lines and everything squared away. So it looked like we got it, guys. I know it's been a kind of lengthy video, but we kept running into problems. And if I run into problems, I want you guys to see the problems that I run into. So hey, that's it for this video. Now I'm going ahead and take the Harley out for a ride. Make sure there's no leaks after I get through riding and stuff. I'm excited about getting it back on the road. So like I tell you guys, don't forget to like, share these videos, and make sure if you're watching this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, guys. So like I tell everybody, if you got a good cigar, a fast car, truck, smoke them if you got them, baby. CJ is out, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.